What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Chris Gunther Show. Thank y'all so much for watching. Remember to like, share this video. Brother would greatly appreciate it. Today, I am so honored to have the Grammy-nominated trio, the Hamiltons. How y'all doing?
What's happening? What's happening?
Good, my brother. Good.
What's happening?
First things first is I appreciate you guys for taking this time out. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves to the people?
I am Tony Lilo.
And I am Tui.
I'm Jay Vito.
Good to see y'all, man. Well, first things first is I greatly appreciate you guys for, taking this time out. How's everybody doing, during this quarantine and during the pandemic? How's everybody doing?
Making it through, man. Making the way downtown, talking around. You know what I'm saying? Making our way. You feel me?
Yeah, man. It's so much uncertainty and just, so much things going on. Like, how have you guys been able just to remain sane during these uncertain times?
I know go ahead, brother.
Definitely just working. Every opportunity we get, we work. A lot of it's been, from home. There's been a couple of times, like I said, we got a chance to work on put an LP together, 1964. So there was a few times we were able to get together and put together some virtual shows for everybody, and then we've been working from home. So it's definitely brought us a lot closer as far as focusing in on getting work done from a distance. So it's definitely putting the responsibility on each one of us to get it done, because it takes all three of us to make it happen. So if I don't do my part, it ain't gonna get done. Or if Tui don't do his part, it ain't gonna get done. If Lilo don't do his part, it can't be done. It's three of us. So it's definitely taught us to work a little more harder than what we already work.
Let's take it back. What made you guys, start singing in the first place?
Just an opportunity kind of came, brought itself forth. We was background singers for Mr. Anthony Hamilton. From Chill, girl. And from that, going crazy right now.
That's how they be, man.
Yeah, and from that, opportunities came. We started doing little small things that we love to do, just having fun. Cameraman was around, Mr. LeVan Anderson. He happened to catch that stuff. It went viral. People liked us. We gave it an opportunity, and here we are today with you, brother.
How did you guys get connected with Anthony Hamilton?
We got connected to Anthony through a good friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, Kenneth Leonard. Long story short, he brought us all in at separate times, but we all came in through Kenneth, Big Kenny.
What were some of the things that you guys learned from as singing background for him?
Wow. How to carry ourselves as three singing young men, it taught us how to have chemistry. We always artists in our own right. Lilo was his own artist. I was my own artist too. He was his own guy. So it just taught us different stuff. How to sing together on stage. It brings you what we got today. It just taught us how to gel, and it shows kind of like the chemistry we had on stage as Anthony Hamilton's background singers. I'm sorry. It definitely sharpened us with how to gel with each other, and here we are today with that.
How much fun is it for you guys to still be singing together, even after these years of working with him and then doing your own projects? How much fun is that?
I think it's still. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, brother.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead, brother.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Somebody go.
You got it.
It's always good. It's always good to be around my bros. You know what I'm saying? Especially this time around in this current situation. You don't really get to be around people like that. So when you do have the opportunity to be around your friends and your loved ones, it hits a little differently now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it definitely does, especially with, everything going on. Life is so short. Things can be snatched away from you just like that. So being around your brothers, I'm sure, is a lot of fun. How much fun was it to create the 1964 project?
I don't know about fun. That was a very serious project for us. Like, I guess the fun part, as bro said, was just kind of being able to be around each other. But it was actually a very scary moment. It was very scary in a couple of different ways. First way it was very scary is because now we are placing ourselves inside of a conversation that a lot of artists aren't really talking about so much. Personal preference of why they are not as cool, I'm not judging. But what I'm saying is we actually created a full album talking about something that is very sensitive to the world right now. And then secondly, because we did that in the midst of the height of coronavirus, we were in phase 2. We actually were very close to a scare. And by the grace of God, none of us was affected by it, but we were very close to the coronavirus and didn't even know it as we were working. So we low-key put our lives on the line for this project. So I wouldn't say it was a fun thing, but I think the fun times arose when we were able to be back around each other and able to come up with the creations that we came with.
As scary as the coronavirus is, especially, now with the height of racism still reaching all-time high, how did you guys stay motivated during this difficult time?
The motivation just came through the music. We allowed the music be the motivation. That's that. We knew what we were, kind of walking into in the creation process, and we knew that we were taking a stand. To me, on the right side of history, I think my brothers would concur as well.
Yeah.
Just taking that stand on the right side of history to say, we used our platform to speak out. So we really used the music was really the motivation. Outside of seeing our homies and being able to kick it, like we really let the music be the driving factor. Just we knew that it was good music. We knew that it had to be heard, and we knew that we had to put our best foot forward in the process.
Since you guys decided to speak out, has there been any type of backlash that you received from your peers?
No, I don't. I think everybody that that knows us, they were very supportive. Whether it be family members, people we work with. Like I haven't gotten any backlash from it at all. Everybody I've talked to, says it's a great piece of work, and I'm lucky that not have nobody to say anything bad. And if we do got anybody that feels any type of way about it, nobody has said anything. I don't think, unless the guys. I don't think. As far as for me, no.
Even though we're still in a very trying time, you guys continue to persevere and you continue to make music that all of us can really enjoy. When you're working together on projects like these, what is some of the things that comes to your mind that makes you say, you know what, we need to put this in there so the people can really feel where we're coming from?
I think we just wanted to speak from as a representative of our culture and of our race with this particular album. Other times, I don't know if it's so much of we need to put this in there. It's just kind of like what really correlates well together in an album package or EP. But this particular album, we just wanted to speak for not only our culture, but this particular generation and how people feel. The good side about it, the forceful side about it, a little bit of history. And also, and when I say the good side, I mean like we have a song on there entitled Imagine. And that song kind of speaks to the person that wants to see the whole world join together. Then we have another song on there called The Warning. That song speaks to the younger crowd that looks like us or that may experience the minority scenarios that we go through as a culture over here that says, watch yourself for the bad cops. Not saying all cops is bad, but there are definitely ones out there. My grandmother used to say, one apple spoils the bunch, So watch out for those guys because unfortunately they killing us for no reason out here. And then you go all the way to Nat Turner, which is just a educational piece for people who may not understand why we are fighting and how long we've been fighting to try to get some sense of equality. So this particular piece, we just needed to make sure in totality that we had an album that spoke dang near close to every way that a person is feeling. So that way it's a complete album and not just rah, 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 rah,
As you guys were making the album and you went back to hear it, you got a chance to go back and just play everything back. Was there any songs in particular that really hit home for you?
For me, like every song kind of resonated differently. So I can't really say like one particular song. Like every song touched like a different part of me, for lack of better words. You know, everything kind of had its own personal feel for, you know, whatever that particular song was talking about. So it's not, I can't really say one song. You know, I couldn't really say one song personally.
What about the other guys? Were there any songs on the album that really hit you that said, wow, like I felt that?
Yeah, I have some songs. I kind of feel like Tui. I have some songs that I, as a listener, would prefer to listen to. That would probably be The Message. I also like Celebrate. I just like the groove of Celebrate. But in totality, I think the whole album fulfills my musical likes as well. Those would be my two. Yeah, those would probably be The Message and Celebrate would be the ones that I really, really like cling to on the album.
Yeah, same as I like all of them. So but if I had two or one, it would be Message to America. But I like Nat Turner a whole lot too. Nat Turner grabbed me in a different way. But definitely the whole body of work. I mean, that from beginning to end, it's telling a story. It's definitely a journey. And yeah, it's hard to it's like potato chips. It's hard to eat just one, you know. That's just one track, you know. So it would be weird for me to just pick out one and like I just only like this one. I love the whole record, you know.
Did you guys produce the album by yourselves, or you had other producers with you?
We produced, and we also had another guy, a good friend of ours, that also produced as well. So it was a collective between me, Lilo, and Keith Mack on the production side, and then on the writing, everybody kind of put in their personal elements.
Nothing wrong with that at all. So you guys worked with Anthony Hamilton. Who are some of the other artists that you have either worked with or that you guys would like to work with?
We've worked with Anthony, obviously. We also got the opportunity to go on tour with an artist by the name of Ry Cooder. He's in a totally different genre of music. He's kind of like folk music. And we kind of wanted to have the opportunity. Anthony wasn't working as much, and the opportunity came. He gave us his graces. Hey, man, go out there and experience a different side of music. And we had the opportunity to be able to connect with a totally different audience, which was beautiful. It took us personally from that opportunity. We personally got to go all over the States and all the way over to Canada on our own personal tour. And with Rod, we got to go, shucks, man, we got to go all over the world, honestly. But some people that I would like to aspire to work with, it's very hard to pick through that bunch. Every time we get this question, it's hard for me. I would say I would love to work with Al Green. And I don't know, it's a lot of them. Go ahead, Tui. Go ahead, bro.
Well, we've also worked with PJ Morton. We've worked with Snoop. We worked with a couple of people in the gospel industry.
I thought you were just referring to like performing. That was my bad.
I was just talking about in general.
Yeah. Oh, got it. Yeah. More than that.
But yeah, but someone who I would really, really like to work with would be Raphael Sadiq. I think the Hamiltons and Raphael Sadiq would be a nice combination.
I concur.
Yeah. I love the vibe that. Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
No. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. I don't want to go right ahead.
Oh no, I was just about to say, like, I love the vibe that all of you guys have, extremely chill, extremely laid back, but you can tell that you guys love to work. Like, there are people, gotcha, okay. There are people literally still trying to either get their foot in the business, they're grinding, they're trying to get their big opportunity. What advice would you give to those that are still trying to, get their big break?
Any advice is the same advice that people gave us. Stay true to who you are. Don't conform. But most of all, just be consistent. And if you're gonna do it, give all of you. Don't give half of you, because all of you always get the job done. Half of you is really wasting time. But if you're gonna do anything, just give it your all. Stay consistent and just have a heart for it. And take constructive criticism. I'm growing with that as an artist, because as an artist, you're sensitive about yourself, and you're sensitive about your material, and you're sensitive about the things that you do. So learn how to take constructive criticism without taking it as an insult. And those types of things will humble you and keep you moving. I think when people get to the point to where you can't tell them nothing, they become high-headed, and then they become difficult to work with. But just keep those things in mind, and you'll be all right.
I'd say definitely have some type of. I'm adding on top of what he said, because everything he said is 100% correct. But I would also say on top of that, make sure that you have some type of business knowledge of some sort. Like, do your research and make sure you understand what you're getting into, because there's a lot of loopholes in a lot of different areas where you can kind of get tangled up if you really don't understand what's going on. And we've been through our share. We've had the blessings of being able to not be in anything that has had us tied up to where we can't continue to do what we love. But, even with us coming in first, knowing a little bit about the business, there's so much more to learn. So see if you can't possibly get you a mentor, somebody that you can trust, that can kind of give you a bit of information and kind of give you some expertise on the game before you go in. It's like, just read a couple of books and just try to know as much as you possibly can, and keep God in it. I can never, ever go nowhere without big God with me. I gotta have him just to make sure that I'm protected, because I can't do anything without him. And just have a plan. And that plan may not be. It may not work out the way that you see it, because you don't know how it's gonna play out. But at least have something that you can follow by. And that would probably be my 2 cents to it, brother to it.
I would say the same thing. Just make sure that you're coming in as open and willing to learn, coming in as an individual, but also being willing to accept changes that you might need to make. And not saying that you have to, fully change, but sometimes you do have to adjust certain ways that you go about things. And make sure you got a little money. Because what we are learning is that when you're going about things from an independent standpoint, yeah, that money will really put you in the place to be. Right. It'll put you in a place you need to be, but not having it to keep you out.
That's a word right there. That is a word. I've experienced that my own self. What was it like for you guys once you found out that you were Grammy nominated? Because that seems like, as an artist, that is probably one of the biggest honors that you can have, is to be nominated.
Now, getting the Grammy is probably the biggest one. We want to bring the Grammy home. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just be considered for one. Give me mine. You know what I'm saying? But in all things, I would say it motivated us to keep working. It didn't stop there. It just, train kept moving from there. So here we are, and we still trying to bring it home. So definitely, give us a Grammy. It's definitely a blessing. Thank God for the consideration, but to even take it even further, get him. You know, give it him. I want it. Give it him.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you still want to leave your mark.
Huh? What's that?
Because at the end of the day, you still want to leave your mark.
Yeah, I always want to leave my mark in all things. Leave a mark. Let them know you're here. The Hamiltons is here. That's what I say. That's what I'm saying. From now on, we get on and say, hey, the Hamiltons is here. And that's what we stand for. We are here. Huh? And I don't mean to be rude. I just want
anybody else got something?
When same, you know, it was a good feeling. It was a good feeling to be nominated, but I want it. Nominations are good, and you could. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll take a nomination every year, but I do want at least. Let me get one. I might have 20 nominations. Let me just get one. Just one.
Just one.
Let me say this here. A nomination have you on in seat 119B.
No.
I want to sit in seat 7A. You see,
I don't want to. We want to go to the main show.
Hey,
we want to go to the big portion.
A nomination have you in seat 221A. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
On the side of it.
We learned. We definitely learned in that process that everything that you see on TV is a whole nother ceremony that happens before that. Yeah. And that's over on the other side.
They have you over there in the devotion room.
Yeah. You go to youth church. They have you in the youth church. Then when it's time to come to the sanctuary,
come out until they're done praying.
Yeah. When it's time to come to the sanctuary, if you're not one of the ones, you're gonna be up in the bleacher seats.
They let you come out there. They let you come with popcorn and a soda.
But God is good. We was happy to be there. We had the opportunity to go. Thank you to Anthony. We appreciate it, but we just real. You know what I mean? So just to answer your question,
supposed to be.
We want to go ahead and get that thing so we can be in seat 12C. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I totally get that. I had covered a award show. I believe you guys were there, the Stellars in 2018. I definitely went out there to cover it.
That was nice. See, that Stellars was nice. Them gospel folks treated us real good. They had us up there in that box. And then they came up there, even had a little young lady come up there and said, do you have everything you need?
Hey, man.
Hey. But look, and then when it was time to go
you still couldn't see nothing. It was just like at the Grammys.
Hey, it doesn't matter.
They tricked you, bro. They tricked you.
Go to the floor. They came up there. Hamiltons. I think they're ready for you in an hour. See?
Nah, but we actually had the seats on the floor though. We had the seats on the floor. We just they gave us the opportunity to go up there too.
They
had our names on there. We was like seat 2, C, D, and E. You see what I mean?
But see, they had us up there. They brought us down there when our sister was singing because they wanted us to be on camera, clapping for her because they knew we like her music. But they wanted us. We were some kind of special that day because a lot of people like us that day. So they had us. We gonna put them up in the skybox, and we not gonna let them boys come to. They sing that world music, and we out here. There's a lot of
guys.
He's spilling all the tea. That's right. Let it out. Let it out. Say what's on your heart.
It's real. They know it's real. That's why they love it, because we're going to tell you the truth. I love the gospel folk, but they said we're going to keep them up there because them boys got some songs, and my daughter listens to them, have me jerking and driving sometimes. So we're going to keep them up there when it's time for them to sing. You go get them. And that's what they did. Go ahead.
At least he mad enough to keep it real. That's how it's supposed to be. And speaking about keeping it real, I watched you guys this past week on Miss Campbell's podcast on IG Live. Shout out to her. She did an amazing job. And while she was on there, you guys were mentioning how you would like to do some work with Jill Scott. Did Jill Scott ever get back with you guys?
Not right now, but it's all good. It's all good. Things are going to transpire. We love you, Jill. And just know that we are here and ready to work. Take your time. Hey, it's coronavirus season right now. We understand it's rough. You understand? But we just want you to know that we are serious. And if there's ever an opportunity for us to be able to work with you, we're ready to work.
I can't wait to hear that collaboration, the Hamiltons and Jill Scott. Now that's gonna send me to the glory room.
The glory room. Good God Almighty, you got a name for it, bro. A glory room, huh? I'm gonna tell it to my wife. Let's go over here to this glory room.
Well, last couple things. If anybody wanted to connect with you guys, follow you on social media, if they wanted to support you guys, how can they do that?
You can follow us, and this stretches from the east to the west. Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at the Hamiltons NC. And that stands for not cheap, brother. Because we
not cheap. So it don't stand for North Carolina. So it don't come with North Carolina.
NC
stand for not
Carolina.
Cheap.
Because we come with the price, brother.
Everything's supposed to come with a price too, though, because people, for whatever their case is, assume that, you know, your work is free, and nah, you know, y'all got bills like everybody else got bills.
I got something to say for them kind of people. Hey, don't you? No, listen, because in the right situation, we don't always ask for money.
I was about to say, that's real.
But keeping it real though, we get a lot of them phone calls. You know, we just don't. And then, you know, we say in a nice way, all right, well, I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow.
But guess what? It's times where we don't have it because we independent.
Exactly. And guess what? We still make it happen sometimes.
We like to do unto others, you see.
And we have to do unto others.
Every now and then you have to do things for free, you see.
That's why
we don't like to do it. But sometimes you have to do it, you see.
Listen. We love to give back. We have been doing this throughout this whole process of this album, but we like to be given unto.
But you already know, man, when you having that phone call and they start talking about the president before they start talking about paying your money, that's when you know you're not going to get paid. Man, this president, we got to
I will say this.
He is something else.
Listen, man, by the grace of God, we have not ran into a lot of situations where we didn't get what we were supposed to get. So I don't know whether that's fortunate. I don't know what it is, but we have been very blessed. We ain't ran into a whole bunch of janky promoters and stuff like that. It's been very, very, very good over here.
Just look out.
Chill,
our president is something else.
He
ain't that president something else?
You know you're in trouble. Hey, you have been waiting on this stimulus check 6 months, man.
Yo, y'all have definitely blessed me today. I greatly appreciate y'all for taking this time out with me. Thanks for keeping it real, ladies and gentlemen. The Hamiltons on the Chris Gunther Show. Thank y'all so much, man. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, and go get 1964. It's everywhere. We ain't talked about that enough. Go get it. It's out. Go. I'm telling you right now. I'm sweating telling you about it. I'm on my way to rehearsal because we got some work to do. But go get it.
Yeah.
Tell everybody.
Yeah, that's real.
Make sure y'all cop 1964. Thank y'all so much for the time, man. It's Chris Gunther Show. I'll see y'all next time. I'm out.